LeBron James isn't just investing in women's basketball.
Introductions, standing ovations from legends. Were you nervous out there?
No, just trying to see him just trying to dunk on me. He gonna lay it up at the end. He's just trying to dunk on me, Craig.
Oh, no.
He's just trying to...
He's about to rewrite its future. His new league could steal the stars, the fans, and the spotlight.
You know, is it for the fame? Is it for the fortune? Because as a kid, you played to win, and you were always measured on how much you won.
If this works, the WNBA as we know it might not survive. What if I told you the WNBA's biggest stars, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Paige Bueckers, might never reach their prime in the WNBA? Because while the league is finally riding a wave of mainstream attention,
for myself, that was the best part of it, being in the room, and there's over 40 other players in this league, and I'm sure a lot more would have loved to be there if they were in Indianapolis, and I think that's the most powerful thing is
something massive is happening in the shadows. LeBron James is quietly building a rival women's league, backed by real money, real marketing, and real ownership for players.
I think it was her second game or third game, but it was the first game against Liberty. They played Liberty Thursday, then they were back here in New York on Saturday. I saw her after the Thursday game. Very briefly.
You know, it's all about having, you know, be a horse, man. You know, the Kentucky Derby, put your blinders on, go to work, show up to work, punch your clock in, prepare yourself, work on your game, work on your craft, you know, kind of keep your mouth shut, you know, and just learn from the vets.
And if he pulls it off, this won't be a competitor. It'll be a hostile takeover. The timing couldn't be more dangerous for the WNBA. Clark is already a sellout machine. She's putting up historic rookie numbers and drawing more fans than most NBA teams. Angel Reese has made herself unmissable. Part athlete, part icon, part walking headline. And Paige Bueckers? She might be the cleanest offensive prospect we've seen in women's hoops since Diana Taurasi.
One, how is it to have a teammate like that spreads as much joy, you know, excitement about the game, and really just life in general, but also still be a professional, a winner, and kind of being a pro?
Yeah, I think Sid has like the perfect balance of that. Like, you know, she's one of the main leaders inside our locker room, if not the leader in our locker room, and she's the constant voice, and you know, she has that great balance of, you know, when things can be fun and loose and making jokes and keeping everything light.
This trio was supposed to be the future of the WNBA, the stars that carried the league into its next era. But right now, they're playing under salary caps that barely break six figures. They're flying commercial. They're watching leagues with half the buzz hand out double the checks.
It was Barbie night in Chicago, which normally is a very highly anticipated game with the Chicago Sky going up against the Indiana Fever. Whether you like the rivalry or not between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, people tune into this game.
And LeBron is watching too. He sees the value, the market, the missed opportunities, and he's not waiting for the WNBA to catch up.
You know, is it for fun? Is it for money? Is it for fame? Because I've always played to win, to be the best. And that's how we are measured as individuals, because when you are winning rings.
Because if the game is finally ready to explode, the only question is, who's going to own the blast radius? LeBron James didn't just wake up and decide to start a women's league. He's been laying the groundwork for years, building Spring Hill, crafting media narratives, aligning with brands like Nike and Amazon, and most importantly, studying the cracks in the system.
LeBron James says he wants to own an NBA team in Las Vegas, and I know how he's going to do it. Check this out. So we all know LeBron is a billionaire. He's made about $500 million in salary during his NBA career, and the remaining $500 million comes from real estate, his production company. But he'll need more than $4 billion to buy an NBA expansion team. This is where Fenway Sports Group comes in. LeBron sold his marketing rights to Fenway Sports Group in 2011.
Cracks the WNBA still hasn't sealed, and now he sees the perfect storm: elite talent, mainstream attention, and a league struggling to monetize either.
Game out.
Help the game out. Okay, so I think the game is looking great. I think it's evolved great.
Because it pisses me off. It pisses me off because I don't think there's anyone in America that supports the WNBA more than NBA players.
Insiders say the pitch to players is simple: equity, freedom, and power. This isn't just about salaries. LeBron's new league, rumored to be called the Women's Super League, plans to offer profit sharing. brand-building resources,
I think the popularity comes in is the icons that they have in the women's game. You know, you look at, Angel Reese, you look at, Juju, you look at Caitlin Clark.
and ownership stakes. Imagine a league where Paige Bueckers isn't just playing the game, she owns part of the team. Where Angel Reese isn't waiting for media coverage, she's producing her own content through Spring Hill Studios. Where Caitlin Clark isn't flying coach to save the league money, she's front row at every business decision that affects her future. And then there's the funding. Word is, Amazon wants in, Nike's circling, tech investors smell disruption, and with LeBron's global brand behind it, every gatekeeper in sports media is paying attention, not out of curiosity, but fear. This isn't a side project, this is a full-scale production. Big markets. If this league launches in 2026, as sources suggest, it won't just siphon talent. It could redefine what it means to be a professional women's basketball player, because for the first time ever, the stars might have a second option, one that sees them not as labor but as partners. And that changes everything. The WNBA has the talent, that's never been in question, but the system around it, that's where the cracks start to show, and where LeBron's new league becomes more than just competition. It becomes an escape plan. Right now, Caitlin Clark is bringing millions of new fans to the WNBA. She's already the league's top-selling jersey. Her games are setting TV ratings records. But she's locked into a rookie contract that pays her $76,000 a year. That's not a typo. That's a trap. Angel Reese, with her magnetic brand and massive online following, just broke the rookie rebounding record. But she's still flying commercial. Paige Bueckers, when she enters the league, will face the same structure: a capped salary, rigid team control, and limited off-court ownership in what she helps build. This is the tension the WNBA can't escape. Star power that outpaces the system built to contain it. And it's exactly the leverage LeBron's league is targeting. His team knows that the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement isn't flexible enough to match this moment. The cap space is tight, the revenue splits are still climbing uphill, the league is expanding but cautiously and with financial strain. In that gap between value and reward, between stardom and stability, LeBron's model whispers something dangerous. You deserve more money, more voice, more control. And when players look around and realize their platform is bigger than the league that holds it, that's when loyalty turns into leverage. That's when stars start asking tough questions. Why should I build something I don't benefit from? The WNBA gave them a spotlight. But now the spotlight is outgrowing the stage. And that stage? It's starting to crack under the weight of what comes next. At the heart of this looming battle is a brutal truth. Attention doesn't guarantee infrastructure. The WNBA has never had more eyes on it. Corporate sponsors are showing up. Jersey sales are climbing. Social engagement is at an all-time high. But when it comes time to pay the players, fly them in comfort, and invest in growth, the math still doesn't add up. Enter LeBron James. His model flips the WNBA's slow collective climb on its head. Instead of trying to stretch every dollar across 12 teams and legacy contracts, his new league starts with one rule: pay the stars what they're worth, now. If that means $500,000 salaries and content royalties on top of it, so be it. If it means fewer teams, leaner overhead, and a direct-to-consumer model powered by streaming and social, even better. Because this isn't just about basketball, it's about culture capital. Clark, Reese, and Bueckers aren't just athletes. They're creators, brand magnets, lifestyle influencers. They don't just need a court, they need a platform. And LeBron's league is being designed to give them all of it. Think Nike custom campaigns at launch. Think Amazon streaming their games with exclusive behind-the-scenes access. Think Fashion Collab's docuseries and media control from day one. That's not a pipe dream. That's the pitch. And compared to the WNBA's rigid structure and cautious pace, it's a lightning strike. The risk? Total disruption. Because if just a handful of elite players defect, the kind that drive ticket sales and headlines, the WNBA's fragile growth could stall. And the moment fans realize there's a cooler, faster, player-first league with all their favorite stars, they'll follow. That's how industries break. Not with a bang, but with a better offer. The next 5 years could redefine women's basketball forever. We're at a crossroads where the future isn't just about which league wins, but how the sport evolves and who controls its narrative. Will the WNBA fight back? Can it adapt its structure, increase salaries, and deepen partnerships fast enough to keep its stars loyal? Or will it become a feeder league, a stepping stone that launches careers only to see them snatched away? LeBron's league isn't just a threat, it's an opportunity to reimagine what professional women's basketball can be. More freedom for players, deeper brand integration, and a new business model designed for the digital age. But it also risks splintering the fan base, dividing attention, and igniting a battle for legitimacy and dollars. If the leagues coexist, will it fracture viewership and sponsorship? Or could a merger, like the ABA and NBA once did, eventually unify the sport under a stronger banner? For Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Paige Bueckers, and countless others, their choices in the coming years won't just shape their careers, they'll shape the entire landscape of women's basketball. Because this isn't just about leagues or contracts, it's about who owns the future of the game. If you found this deep dive insightful, don't forget to hit that like button, share with your fellow Hoops fans, and subscribe to the Her Hoops YouTube channel for daily basketball videos breaking down the stories that matter. We've only just begun to explore the future of women's basketball, and you won't want to miss what's next. Thanks for watching.